guys, welcome. Thank you for joining. This is the Oracle Autonomous Database Learning Lounge. I'm Marcos Aracibia, part of the product management team for Autonomous Database. And today we have a very cool session on data sharing. So how to actually use data sharing with Autonomous Database. And today we're going to actually be announcing the product, but also showing you guys a live demo of it. So for the agenda today, we have Alexey Filanovskiy. He's a senior principal product manager in our team. And he's going to be talking to you guys about data sharing. So he's going to introduce data sharing, talk about how to actually use it for sharing, in a secure manner, right? Data with departments, with different applications, and even different companies as well. And we're going to be using the Delta sharing protocol. So he's going to be talking to you guys all about it and how you can actually maintain full control of your data at the same time, allowing that flexibility, right, of sharing. So throughout the session, we're going to have an open Q&A. At any time, if you guys have questions, please do not hesitate to type them in the Q&A section. So we have a Q&A section for Zoom. Make sure to type the question there. And we're going to make sure that the recording is available to you guys probably hopefully before next week. Next week is going to be very busy. It's the cloud world, right? So we're going to be in Las Vegas for that. All right. So in the meantime, I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of all of the links that we have for Autonomous Database in general. I'm going to be posting them in chat right now so that you guys have these links there. Thank you again, Alexey, for joining us so early on your time. I'm going to stop sharing and let you share your screen. Again, thank you very much, and take it away.
Hey folks, how are you? So that's a pleasure to be here today, and I plan to tell more about what we have with data sharing. So it's a recent feature. Like some of the products I talked today already in general availability. So some of their part of functionality, I should say, will be in general availability soon. And without further ado, let's get started. So this is a rough plan for today. We will start with the data sharing. Of course, we have to define the terms before we discuss something. Then we will talk about like what Autonomous Database has to do with data sharing. And in the end, we will go over a use case and over our demo, over a scenario when movie stream tries to solve their problem and data sharing, and see how data sharing can help with it. But let's start with the terminology. What is a data sharing like in general? Well, data sharing is a process to make data available for one or many recipients to use. Great. And you may think, well, I did data sharing in the past. I sent emails, I upload data on FTP, I use Dropbox, I use Google Drive, I use some ETL tools. But yeah, it's kind of data sharing, but it has it has some challenges and it has some drawbacks like any of these approaches. It's not scalable. It's very hard to keep data up to date. So it's very labor intensive and error prone. So, and it's really difficult to maintain like any of these traditional ways to sharing data. It's complex, insecure, and expensive, hard to maintain. So it's why today we talk about the modern data sharing. And the main difference, you kind of share data centrally and secure, and you don't have a need to duplicate data. And modern data sharing open up several opportunities for the business. Like, first of all, you can eliminate data silos. So like when you have like two data systems running maybe in two different clouds, and you need to collaborate between those two systems, like it may be like Oracle database and something else. And like what people do now, they just copy data, they just ETL data from one system to another and try to keep it in sync. It's very hard, and it's why your data or your data management platforms became a silo. So data sharing can help with this. So second business opportunity and second theme you can do is their data sharing. It's improve your business effectiveness. So, and business right now can share data without assistance from IT department, or we hope, or this is our goal to make it as easy as business user can do it. So you may timely share data within a company and with the partners. You can enrich existing system by pulling other data. So basically, it can help you to improve your overall business. And another one opportunity, another one theme I would like to highlight, it's a data as a product. It can be new revenue stream. It's very it's very common, and it's kind of modern approach, and many organizations start selling data as a product. So start selling data product, and data sharing is here to help. All right, let me introduce a couple more terms, and namely it's data share provider and share recipient. Share provider owns and managed physical data asset, so and creates and manage data shares. Data shares are logical container, so with one or more objects, so it can be tables or views, and data share access can be granted to one or more recipient, and data shares are remotely accessible. So it means that you don't, like in concept of modern data sharing, data recipient or data consumer don't copy over data, like he or she reads data in place. And data recipients is a client. So it receives data shares and using some metadata, and these metadata open up access to the data. So it's based on the privileges, and you don't copy data. You have central copy, and then others just reach to this central copy. And SnowFlake, I have to give them a credit, and SnowFlake did a great job on a data sharing area. And SnowFlake was pioneering this, and all good until you understand that SnowFlake is limited to the SnowFlake ecosystem. So if you want to consume data without Snowflake ecosystem, you're not invited on the party. So you have to be part of the Snowflake to be able to be able to read the data. So, and it's why Oracle looked on somewhat called Delta Sharing Protocol. So it's been developed by Databricks and then open sourced. And then we decided, hey, why not we just implement this protocol into our database? And basically, the most delicious part, it's vendor agnostic. So basically, multiple clients can be consumer of Delta Sharing Protocol, and basically, yeah, there are a lot of open source tools, there are a lot of commercial tools, there are a lot of data platforms. So a lot of different clients can access Delta sharing. It's fully vendor agnostic. It's very universal. Okay, it's our way to share data with external world. If you have Oracle database, you need to share data outside of the world. Our answer would be use Delta sharing. It's Oracle to all. And we implement like on Oracle REST data service, a little bit of technical details. On Oracle REST data service, we implement Delta server, and it kind of manage requests from the client. The way it works, client comes up and say, hey, this is my credentials, I want to access this table. Is it possible? If it's possible, words create a list of the pre-authenticated requests, pass it back to the client, and client reads data directly from the object storage without impact on database. Another one, you may know that another one important thing here, it's scalability. So you can have like tiny database, like one or like two eCPU database, and you may have like 100, if not 1,000 clients, and it will not impact the data provider. So data provider doesn't pay for data consumption. All right, and this is a list of the clients that could be.
Hey, Alexey.
Yes.
So we have a great question here. Someone is asking whether the data sharing is encrypted.
Oh, yes, it is. And I didn't mention this, shame on me, but yes, it's encrypted on wire. So Delta server is encrypted. So basically, yeah, you always kind of use HTTPS protocol, and it's all encrypted.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question. And now let's have a look on the rough list of the clients. And basically, it's not all, so it's basically not our entire list of the clients. It's just like what I took from Databricks website. And like if you have a look on the open source list, really long. But it may give an idea that it has like open source clients like languages such as Python or R or Java, BI tools such as Tableau and PowerBI. Oracle Analytics Cloud will have support for data sharing in November release. So basically, they are 2 months away from this, and basically, you may think of some commercial clients, some analytics client like Google BigQuery, or of course Databricks, Streamio, Starburst, and so on and so on. So the list of the clients are pretty wide, and it's universal. But great. It seems that you kind of put into the universal message. Okay, great. Universal is great. What about something specific? We are Oracle, right? And do we do something and we Oracle running in Oracle Cloud? Do we do something specific for Oracle in Oracle Cloud? Answer is yes. So we have like optimized Oracle to Oracle connection. It's native integration in OSL, leveraging OSIT as a recipient. So you automatically notify a recipient. Data is instantly available. So authentication done automatically, share discovered automatically, it's direct data access using CloudLink. So CloudLink, it's underlying technologies. So, and we call it like live shares, but underlying with CloudLink. Okay, let's have a summary. Oracle right now step into the data sharing market, and Oracle solves data sharing problem. And there are two ways to solve it. First, it's universal, flexible, open, Oracle to anyone. So, and basically, here we are using data sharing protocol. With using data sharing protocol, we open up data to many databases, data analyst tools, and open source platforms. And we also have optimized sharing, so like Oracle to Oracle, and it's implemented with Cloud Links. And yeah, basically we have pretty much full portfolio for sharing data. Okay, now let's briefly talk about what data sharing has to do with autonomous database. What are the possible use cases and scenarios? Like first, it's Oracle, as I mentioned, like we have a couple customers who doing this, they need to share data with their clients. So, and their customers, their clients may have different preferences. Someone like says, I want to have PI access. Someone says, I want to have SQL access. Someone says, I need to have files in CSV format and yada, yada, yada. So, and they need to, as of today, they need to develop multiple frameworks, like multiple pipelines to be able to share data in multiple formats. Not anymore. So data sharing kind of solves this problem. They give it to client data sharing and say, hey, you like Power BI? Of course, Power BI supports it. You like Python? Python supports it. So you have Databricks. Yes, Databricks supports it. And basically, the only thing they need to do is just create a share and give our metadata to a user. I'll show this in a demo. Second use case and second possible scenario, it's kind of Oracle to Oracle data exchange. So when you have like autonomous database and autonomous transactional system, by the way, it's not limited to data warehouse. It's in general for autonomous database. So it can be ATP to ATP and ATP to ADW. And basically they need to exchange data in real time. So we can solve this problem. And this third scenario, I kind of would like highlighted. So we have a couple customers who have siloed data into the Databricks running on Azure or Amazon, and in Oracle Cloud running on ADB. And it's basically a collaborative multi-cloud and multi-workload environment. So you have like you have data siloed in autonomous database and in Databricks, and what customers do now is they just copy data back and forth. It's not the way, it's not the experience they want to have, and they're so happy. We have quite a few excited customers about this functionality, because right now they can build a unified system. So, and the only thing they need to do is just a couple of tweaks with metadata and no actual data copy, and they can query data in place. Especially like we have customers running on Azure, like interconnect may solve the problem of latency. So it's why I just want to highlight like Databricks or separately, like as a dedicated use case. All right, and let's have a look on the demo. So, and I hope like after the demo, we'll have a lot of questions, and I hope like demo will answer many questions and concerns how it looks like. Let's go over scenario. Like first of all, imagine I'm working for MovieStream. So it's online movie streaming company, and the customer base expanded rapidly, and we generated lots of data and a lot of structured, semi-structured data. IT infrastructure is a zoo. It consists of multiple products run on different platforms. And by the way, I forgot to mention, I'm Mike. I'm data analyst. I know something about IT, but I don't have strong background. And MoveStream has a few data platforms running in a different clouds. I'm working with autonomous data warehouse, but I heard there are some guys running Databricks. It's not one data platform in my company. So let's summarize what the architecture within my company. So big data platform using Databricks on Azure. Autonomous data warehouse has sales and customers data. CRM system running on ATP. So analytics team heavily use PowerBI, and data scientists, of course, up to Python. So, and with this environment, we have to live. Just another day, I get back to the office. I was dreaming about coffee, maybe donut, maybe croissant, maybe, I was thinking about what I'm going to have for breakfast, but dreams being broken of email that I receive, and our business is losing customers. Okay, I have to solve this problem. The analyst group, I called to my analyst group and data scientist group and explained the problem to them, and they're willing to help, but they need data. So they said, okay, we can we can help you, but we need data. All right. Also, I knew that before another group within my organization made a system to identify customers likely to leave. So it was different data platform running on Databricks. I need to see this data. All right. This is a rough architecture. Oracle Cloud hosts autonomous data warehouse and CRM. Azure Cloud serves hosts Databricks. So, and it has like list of potential churners, and I need to create data share to access it. I ask my colleague to help me, and sure, they're willing to help. What they do, they create share in Databricks. Databricks user interface, so Databricks Web UI. And they start with the Data Explorer. So they start with the Data Explorer, they see tables, and this is something that they want to share. They have table potential churners. Okay, what they have to do is they have to create share. Just give it a name. Sure, it's an abstraction, so it's kind of vehicle or container for the objects. And when container created, you need to add assets into this container. I pick the table that I want to share. All right, and now I have objects. Now I have to create named recipient, someone whom I will share data. And recipient, created just for your convenience. It's this is a kind of phone book record. So you just add recipient and say, hey, this is someone who will get my share. All right. You specify a name, and basically within recipient you have somewhat called activation link. So it follows you to the place where you can download your keys. Basically, remember I mentioned that in order to access data, you need to have data recipient has to have metadata. This is the way you get metadata. So you just pass this URL to your recipient, you download the JSON file, and now you can access data sharing. Okay, data share is ready. Thank you, guys. Now I need, well, on my end, I need to connect my autonomous data warehouse to this data sharing. All right. I go to my autonomous data warehouse and I will subscribe to the Databricks provider. Okay, database actions, and I pick data sharing UI. Okay, of course I can do everything with PL/SQL, everything backed by PL/SQL, but for sake of simplicity, I will use UI. And I just say, okay, I want to subscribe for data sharing. JSON profile, I just downloaded on a previous step. I use it here, and I give it a name. Here, I can see list of the shares available. All right, share provider created, and now within share provider, I can see list of the objects available for me. So drag and drop, and basically I create external table that will referring me to their delta share. So, and basically the way it works, you within external table you specify your endpoint, and every time you run select, you go to the endpoint and say, hey, I would like to read this table. This is my credentials. Give me a list of the pre-authenticated URLs. And Delta server get back you a list of these pre-authenticated URLs, and you go directly. So, but from user perspective, it's just a table, right? It's just a table, and you can run select and think of it like just external table on top of their sharing protocol. Okay, I got some data. Now, Delta share is ready, and okay, I connected, but I also need to get some data. Some details about customers, and I know that CRM system has more of this data, and luckily they run on ATP, on Oracle Cloud. So first of all, they asked me to obtain share identifier from ADB, and this is the way you uniquely identify your recipients. So you may think of it like post address. So if you need to send a postcard to someone, you need to have like post address. And basically here I have to obtain my share identifier and give it to my counterpart. So give it to, in my case, it's my ATP. I go to my ADW, obtain my share ID, select it or email to them. And now CRM guys can share data with me. All right. What they want to do? They want to share data. They want to provide a share. They need to create share. Okay, and just another one, reminder that it's just a logical name, logical container where you can put all your objects. Okay, it's live data sharing, and here I pick some table I would like to share. And I have to create recipient. Give it a name, description, email, and most important, sharing ID. So remember, like one step back, I obtain sharing ID. Remember, it's kind of my post address or email address. It's kind of identifier for me, like how I can share data. So I just provide my share ID, created, and data became available. So data became available for data recipient. All right, data is available. Now let me subscribe it. Let me subscribe my autonomous data warehouse to this CRM system. Again, data sharing, consume share, and bingo, I have it available. So I don't have to do anything. It's just there because it's been shared with me. I click add. Okay, default name looks good for me. Subscribe to the share, subscribe to the CRM system. And now I'll see a list of the objects available for me to consumption. Great. Next one, I have all data I need, and I took some data from Databricks. So I subscribe to some data on Databricks. I subscribe on some data from CRM. Of course, I have some data within my autonomous data warehouse. Let me prepare some data for consumption. So I have lots of tables, and what I want to do, I want to create enormous join that will cover multiple tables. So, and this join, like in my example, I get 6 tables arrow in the views. So I just create a view on top of this, and I will share this view with my recipients. The way data sharing work, I will persist, like I do join once, I dump results of the join into the object storage, and every time recipient will query it will not impact database. So, and basically I create like share for research group. All right. And basically here I specify the place I will stage it. In like object store place where I will stage it. I say I want to share only this view and recipient, and I create a named recipient. It's kind of research team, and basically here I specify a list of emails to them, or just one email. All right, and basically I create Delta. What I'm doing, I'm creating Delta sharing for my recipients, because my recipients I know that my recipient will use them different tools such as a PowerBI and Python. And I just want to create a single unified view for them, because they may need to collaborate. They have to see the same data, but like data analyst and data scientist team, but they use different tools. So, and I give this link to them, and basically my counterpart will be able to download this JSON file and use it for future consumption. All right, everything is ready. Everything is ready. Data shared with these guys. They got some JSON, but I have to help them to understand what they can do with this JSON. Let's start with the Python. So let's have a look on the code. So this is the simplest code that basically reads this JSON profile, and then it creates some objects, some client, and then it prints schemas, shares, schemas, name of the tables. So, and then print first in rows from the tables, all right? And basically, this is their way we kind of invoke the code and see, okay, this is their name of the tables, name of the shares, and first 10 rows. Great. Python guys are all set. Using data sharing protocol, they can access my data. And I will stress out here that they don't hit my database. They directly go to the files. So they can run like gazillion queries and my database will not be impacted. And same for Power BI, and the same flow and how setup looks like Power BI. So, and by the way, I show Power BI, but many BI tools can do this. You just specify as a connection type data sharing. Then you specify our endpoint, right? You specify endpoint, and this is you took it from the config file and connect it. And Power BI directly connects to the files. And then when you connect it, you have to pick up some objects. Okay, it's kind of churn research. And basically, using these objects, this connection, you go directly to the files. So you go directly to the files. You do any analytics you may do with the traditional data sets. So basically, full capabilities of Power BI is in your disposal. It's available for you. You can run like any type of analytics. All right. So basically, where are we? Let's have a conclusion. What I just did. Data analyst was able to consume data from Databricks that runs in another cloud. So data is available in real time. Another subset of the data was derived from autonomous database, so from CRM system. These two data sources were integrated in my autonomous data warehouse and shared via Delta Lake protocol. And another team were able to work with this dataset using tools they prefer. In my example, it was Power BI and Python. Looks pretty cool, isn't it? So, and if you want to put your hands dirty, we have LiveLabs ready. So give it a try. And of course, I'm happy to follow up with any of you if you have any questions. So please feel free, drop me an email. So whether you work for Oracle or not, so I'm happy to work with internal and external customers. All right, now probably it's a good time for Q&A.
There are a lot of questions there, Alexey, so you can start from the top.
The first question, what is the cost for data sharing apart from ADB? So we don't have any extra cost for data sharing, but for some operations, you'll need to burn like CPUs. For example, when you dump data from database to object store, you burn some CPUs for data conversion. You kind of use some database CPU. And this way you kind of pay extra, but we don't charge anything extra. So OAC.
No, yeah, I think OAS was the Oracle Analytics Server. So maybe when you were showing the different sharing capabilities, I think, right? Tools that you could share with. I believe the person was asking about that, about OAC, right?
Oracle Analytics, or I know that Oracle Analytics Cloud, it's kind of our version of BI. So they will support data sharing in November release. So
November.
November. They plan to have it in November. Of course, subject to change, but it is a current plan. So next question: is it possible to share data incrementally? How incremental sharing is implemented? This is an amazing question. So development team put a lot of effort to run incremental refresh. So basically, if you have a terabyte table and it generates like quite a few Parquet files, and then you update just a couple rows in this terabyte table, we are intelligent enough to understand like which segment been updated and then map this segment to some Parquet file, and we just rewrite one Parquet file instead of multiple. So there is also a way to create Oracle database table to track it not even on the segment level and on the row level. So there is some special keys you have to use within your Oracle database if you know that you intend to share some table, right? And you know that it will be frequently updated. You just have to create it with special keys, and then you will be good. So it was long answer. Short answer: we are handling incremental refresh pretty well, and we have ideas what can be done in the future. So don't be afraid of incremental updates. Of course, you have to. It costs you something, but it doesn't mean that every time you kind of rewrite all table if you change just one row. Okay. Is autonomous database also available on Exadata Cloud at customer? Is data sharing available there as well? So autonomous database available on Exadata Cloud at customer. Data sharing has to be available, but it has to be tested. So we have not verified this yet. Next question: is this autonomous only, or it will be available on other versions of this 23C? Okay, as of today, it is autonomous data warehouse only. But here I would like to break down consumption and data consumption and data producing. So
just to clarify, Alexey, it's autonomous database, right? So it's both a data warehouse and transaction processing,
ADB.
right?
Yes, of course. Like it's given, like it's ADB. It's ADB feature. It's available for autonomous data warehouse and autonomous transaction. Thanks, Marcus. It's a very good point. So, and data consumption, you will be able to be a client. You will be able to be a reader. You will be able to read data sharing protocols starting from Oracle database, if I'm not mistaken, 19.8 or something like this. So you even can use on-prem database if it's a higher certain version, 19.8 or maybe some patches. For the data, for providing data, it's a different story. And as of today, it's autonomous database can be a data provider. So it's subject to change. So, and of course, it's subject to change. But as of today, it is we have this limitation. So next question, for Oracle to Oracle, it means that shared consumer database has still to maintain its own index. Hence, he still stick with some kind of duplicates or artifacts. Okay, it's a good question. The way it works, so you create some sort of cloud link, and it means it's just a reference to remote data. No, you don't have to copy data. So with Oracle to Oracle, you create a cloud link, and you just select star from my table at remote database, something like that. And you don't have to maintain, you don't have to duplicate data. Data is remote, and you just read remote data. Okay, how much volume of data sharing can ADB handle? It's a good question. So I'm pretty confident for 1 terabyte, and again, it's subject to change. So today answer is different than it was 2 months ago, and like in 2 months it will be different from today. As of today, I should say you can confidently share something before 1 terabyte. So like if share size like before 1 terabyte, just do it. And if it goes beyond, reach out to the development team. We know some tips and tricks, and we can help you to grow this. So we have to treat it like case by case. But going forward, it's our goal to extend these limits and like to 10 terabytes, 100 terabytes, and then maybe even petabytes. So, and we have lots of ideas how to optimize this. So, but
okay,
yeah,
and also, and when you mean reach out to the development team, I guess for the customers that are on the call, normally what you would do is you would open an SR, right, and then ask for help in an SR on your autonomous database tenancy, so that it will reach out to the product management team.
Exactly, it's one way. Or second way, if you know your account team, so just reach out to your account team, and it's our internal business how account team reach out to us. But basically, yes, talk to sales guys, and your sales guys will know how to find us. All right, but basically, before 1 terabyte, you good. All right, next question. The destination must be autonomous database, or could it be non-autonomous on-prem database? Excellent question. It can be starting with 19.8. Even on-premise database can be data share client, data share consumer. Okay, next question. If the data sharing is used for regular publishing data, for example, part of data processing pipeline, if there is some way how to automate reissue pre-authenticated links as they short-lived. Okay, it's a great question. Don't think about this, and just open up details of implementation. It's every time you run a query, you get PAR. So, and basically, it is a problem that's solved by Delta server, and the problem solved by autonomous database. Like no worry at all. And basically, it can kind of push up into another one idea. I think I didn't mention that you can schedule share refresh. For example, you want to use data sharing protocol, and you want to share like near real-time data. So you cannot share live, but you can schedule your increments for every 15 minutes, for example, or 30 minutes. And every 30 minutes, we do incremental refresh. And if you don't update pretty frequently or insert pretty frequently or delete, so you should be good. So you should be able to handle this updates. So, and you should be able to do incremental refresh. But regarding pre-authenticated request, yes, it's shortly, no worry, Oracle handles this problem. It's all done automatically. So for you, the client, just read data. Just go to the endpoint, say, this is my credential, this is endpoint, give me data. It's all you need to know. Next question. When the token expires, the consumer need to download a new Delta Share profile, or can be extended? It can be extended. So it can be extended. I will not drill down into their details, but basically you have like client ID, client secret, and you can refresh your endpoint using those credentials. So it's possible. It's absolutely possible. And going forward, within PL SQL API, we already have an option to specify pretty long lifetime for the token, like 3 months or 6 months, and we will add this feature in UI in next release. So, next question: is data sharing available for Azure and Amazon to and from? Yes, for example, in my example, like customer was running Databricks on Azure, or it can be Amazon, and yes, you can read data. So, and vice versa, you can share data with Autonomous Database and then go to Amazon or Azure or Google Cloud and pick any tool that supports data sharing protocol, like Google BigQuery, for example, or Databricks, and you can read data from our cloud. So, next question. From security perspective, is there any configurable expiry time for the shared data? You can configure token expiration, but client can renew the token. No, I've heard the answer is no. So we have other tools. So for example, we have pre-authenticated database URL. So it's a relatively new capability. I didn't talk about this today, but probably it can solve your problem. You say, I create results of this query, can be shared like within 10 minutes or 1 hour or like 1 month. And then you have to specify, you also can specify like number of times. You can specify like number of times that share can be accessed. Like, for example, I can say like it can be accessed only 1 time or 5 times. So feel free to reach out to me. Happy to provide more detail. Great demo to differentiate against SnowFlake. Yeah, thank you. I think we're even better. So because SnowFlake, it's SnowFlake to SnowFlake. We SnowFlake to Python to PowerBI. If I would have infinite time, I can show you Excel. I can show you a command line interface. I can show you Google BigQuery. I can show you so many different tools. So many different clients, and I believe it's our main differentiator. Is it general available? Yes, it is general available. So, but not CloudLink part. Like Oracle to all general available. Oracle to Oracle's optimized will be general available within a few weeks. So, to be on the safe side, let me tell this. All right. Does this avoid the need of OCI Golden Gate? Can I pull data from Fusion ERP? Customer ask about it all the time. So the Golden Gate, we have to see it like, we have to consider it like case by case. But basically, our Golden Gate does not impact your source system. Here, Fusion ERP has to dump data into the object storage. It burns some CPUs, and basically, it's not like real impact, but it's not like real impact, but it's some impact on the source system. So we can follow up, Ram. Like, just feel free to reach out to me. Okay, so I understand correctly, the process automates loading data into the object store and creating PAR. Same with reading and reads from PAR. It means it can do this on premises with ZFS or C3 manually. Well, it has like basically, yes, high level, at very high level, what it does, it dumps data into the their object storage, and then it uses some protocol to handle your request. But devil in details, so many lessons learned, so many things to consider, like recipients, how to grant, revoke, how to grant, revoke your privileges, etc. And if you don't mind, I can show like just one slide. Can I share one slide, Marcus? That just give you an idea of.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Part of my extended slide deck, like why not just dump data in object store, like revocable access, right? And you may revoke and access to the data recipient. Like I give access to Marcos, and then like another day I change my mind and I decide to revoke access, and I just revoke this access. But I still want other people to have access to this data. I just want to revoke access for one user. So logging, a lot of logging, tracing, audit, so everything available for data sharing. So incremental updates, it's extremely hard problem to solve. We spent so many cycles, development cycles solving this. So if you dump data once, it's one story, but usually customer want to do this incrementally, want to roll out some updates, like version control rollback. So you may jump from version to version and roll it back. So and we have like really deep, like notably data sharing protocol has like really deep integration with the client tools. You see that you just specify data share as a source, and then like rest done automatically. And it's much easier to automate so many things. It's just a rough idea, so it's not part of the main slide deck because it's just not full list of what we can do. But yeah, high level, it's you're right. It's just like object store in Power, but so many details. Okay, next question. This is useful for only ad hoc data request and sharing needs, like continuous. You can schedule your data update. So in my example, by the way, like both data sets were live, like Databricks. Like I always saw like live and updated data as well as ADB. But in general, like you can schedule update for every 30 minutes, for every hour, for every 15 minutes, and keep your share up to date. Sorry if I missed this, but can we share live data, not their object store copy between two ADBs? Yes, you can. Live share. It's a dedicated type of share. Can a recipient of ADB be SnowFlake as well? I think SnowFlake doesn't support data sharing. I guess answer most probably no, unless something changed and SnowFlake starts supporting data sharing protocol. Any metrics on performance? How long will it take to for one terabyte data set to make it available for data sharing? I will not tell about anything about performance because answer today it's so different from answer months ago, and in 1 month it will be better. It's performance. It's one of our key. It's one of the key aspects we are working on, and basically please reach out to me directly if you have some concrete case, because it we'll record it and you may remember some not good looking number. It will change in 2 weeks, but you'll remember it forever. This is the reason I would like to avoid it. Direct answering this question. Is Cloud Link is another name for database links. Cloud Links, it's optimized database link for cloud. Yes, it's database link, but optimized for Oracle Cloud. All types of data shared, structured and non-structured. Many types, not all, but we support like many types of Oracle data. Many types of Oracle data can be shared. As Marcos mentioned at the start, you're positioning or you posting important links to access the latest autonomous database asset. I don't see any links posted in chat yet.
Oh, that's fine. So I'll put them the links again to everyone. But then guys, make sure to go to the, and I'll also post the link to the main blog. So that's where you're going to find the recordings, the slides, and links that Alexey shared right during his presentation as well. Okay.
Yep. All right. So I'm rushing up through the Q&A. We have
we still have a few questions coming.
Yep. Okay. Our next one. As volume of data sharing grows, as well as users who access those data, is there any way to tune or high performance once data is shared? Grow like number of CPUs, so like on the data recipient and data consumer side. So just add more CPUs, it has to scale. HIPAA data also can be shared. Shame on me, what's HIPAA?
Well, that's the healthcare protected data, right? Yeah, so those are
Probably
the
it's
personal
question to legal.
information. Yeah,
Okay.
personal information data and things like that.
Okay. We how you can mask your data now is you can use views and or update in a view and then share it and you can redact it in a way you want. Probably not answer you expect. And we understand this. We're working on with DataSafe team to do deep integration with DataSafe, and we will automatically in future releases we will automatically detect and mask PI information. Today, yes, I don't have better answer than just create view. I know it's not the answer you should have, but wait a couple of releases, and if you have specific questions, we can follow up offline for this. Is there any plans to integrate with OCI data catalog tool? Well, ADB already integrated with OCI data catalog, and you can basically derive metadata from OCI data catalog and share this data. So I should say it's done. If data share uses object store part, does it mean that anyone can get hold of this part, can read the data? We treat it securely, so there is no way kind of directly intercept this part. So it's details of implementation. It's quite hard or I shouldn't say impossible, but it's hard to intercept this part. And basically, we treat it securely, so shouldn't be an issue. Good demo, thanks a lot. That's my pleasure. And right in time. So we have we don't have 1 minute left. Guys, I'm so excited that you have such high interest to the feature, and really glad to be here. And yeah, happy to follow up internally, externally. I put my email, so I'm happy to chat with you guys, whether you work for Oracle or outside of Oracle. So happy to work with you guys.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexey. Yeah, that was great. So guys, the Q&A is still open. So if you still have questions, we had answered more than 40 questions already. So that's great. So I have the links here, the links I posted in chat. Then final thoughts. So the recordings are going to be always available back. If you go to bit.ly ADB Learning Lounge, you're going to see the links to the ones that I'm showing here. Next sessions, and then each session is going to have the recording as well. Well, I think that's it. So for now, I thank you guys very much. We are going to get ourselves together for Cloud World next week in Las Vegas. And then we're going to work on content. So definitely, I'm going to prepare and get us a couple of sessions talking about all the things that we have seen right at Cloud World, the things that were announced there. We're announcing a few interesting features on Autonomous Database that we want to show. So we're going to basically, when we come back in a couple of weeks, we're going to be putting some session for that. All right. So thank you very much, guys. For now, I'm going to stop sharing, but I'll leave the Q&A open. If you guys still have questions, please type them in there. I'm going to leave the call a few minutes open still. And thank you, Alexey. Thank you very much for joining. I really appreciate it.
Marco, thanks for having such amazing learning launch project and driving it. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll leave this open for a few more minutes. And thank you, guys. And talk to you in a couple of weeks.